Hey everybody, I'm Ad. So welcome back to another Liberty Falls Easter egg video. So I'm going to show you all the little mini Easter eggs that are in Liberty Falls, and I'm going to talk about some other Easter eggs I think we have not figured out yet for Liberty Falls at the end of the video. So stay tuned to hear my thoughts about things that we still need to look closely at. But yeah, do you like my baseball bat? I got it opal finally. It took me 2 days to get the baseball bat and the knife opal. So I wanted to talk about the dancing zombie Easter egg. So you look through this binoculars and you have to find the zombie dancing. And then you go over to the other binoculars and then you also have to look at the dancing zombie. And then the zombies on the map will get on top of the bus and start dancing too. Pretty cute. Unfortunately, you cannot reactivate it after you've already done it once. All right, let's build the jet gun. Get the valve, go turn the valve in the bowling alley and get the part. Get a Mingler's cannon and open up the radio house and dig up the wires. Then head over to the cemetery and kill the groundskeeper and get his key. Open up the shed and grab the last part. And then go to the motel and craft the jet gun. Now I want to show you how to upgrade Aetherella. I already made a video about Aetherella. I'll post it below if you want to watch that. But yeah, anyway, so we're going to suck up Aetherella statues around the map. There are 4 statues in the comic book store that you need to get. There's one on top of the motel. There's one on top of this AC unit. There's one on top of Liberty Lanes, get on top of the bus. And there's one behind the bank, behind these AC units. The last one is up on the church. So as you can see, I have turned into Aetherella, but we're going to take her back to the comic book store and upgrade her by pressing purchase on the Aetherella statue. So now look, you are so fast and speedy and you can take a lot more damage. So I found this mega here. So I want to see if I can kill this mega abomination with my upgraded Aetherella, and I definitely can. She can take a lot of damage. Like, she took a hit from him and still like didn't break. I was surprised by that. The next thing I want to talk about is the bank vault. So here I found a gold key and now we're going to open up the vault. First number is in the bank under this lamp. The next number is in the bowling alley under these beer cans. And the last number is in the comic book store behind the cash register. You're going to take these 3 numbers and put them in order and open up the vault. And in the vault, you can pick any of these to open and you'll get some loot. I wanted to revisit Mr. Peak's Easter egg. So in 3 gold cars around the map, you could find Mr. Peak's, one here, and then the 2 other cars are out in front of the church. There's also a car down by the crafting table by the comic book store as well where you could find him. So in my game, Mr. Peak's is down by the comic book store. So I need to get a Mingler to blow up the car or get a Mingler's cannon and do it myself. So here I finally got a Mingler to blow up the car and I got a launcher. So yeah, after several rounds, you can go back and find Mr. Peak's again in one of the other cars. So here I found him again. So here I'm going to use a Mingler injector to blow up the car myself. And I get a purple knife. Sometimes you'll get awesome loot, sometimes you won't. It's just RNG. And then you get a little achievement for using the mutant injector. All right, here is the raining zombies. So on top of the church, you have a zombie head. You can nade it down. I use a Simtex. It makes it very easy. And then it will rain zombies. You can get some awesome loot like chopper gunners, sometimes keys, grenades, lots of salvage. And occasionally you'll get like a purple tool or a blue tool. So that's really helpful like in the early rounds. So yeah, I highly recommend doing this early on in your games to try to get some easy rewards. So in the church, there are candles that you can light up with your gun. All you need is napalm ammo mod and then you can shoot the candles and they will light up. And the ground will be on fire and it can take out some zombies. But just watch out because the fire can burn you as well. So there are secret power-ups. Back here on the bridge is max ammo. On the water tower, you can get double points. Behind the comic book store, up on the AC unit, you can get bonus points. On top of the church is a skull to get insta-kill. In this restaurant, you can shoot under this cart. It's kind of finicky, but it is there. And you'll get to max armor. Behind the bus is a full power, and then here in the bank is a nuke, which is really good for exfilling. However, mine wasn't there for some reason, but it's supposed to be. Now I'm going to show you how to do the blood pool Easter egg. All you need is 3 Simtex, so you can craft them at the crafting table, and then go up on top of the bank. Be sure you aim correctly so you don't miss the pool, and throw in 3 Simtex on a vermin round, and you will get a red ball that comes out of the pool with some salvage and some grenades. And then of course is the bowling Easter egg, where you can get some awesome leveled up guns. And I even got a ray gun once, so that's pretty exciting. So around the map there are bowling shoes you need to shoot on top of the caskets, in the groundskeeper's house, the back of the cemetery, and then it will take you to the bowling. To reactivate, you have to wait for bowling shoes in the toilet in the Liberty Falls bowling alley. So you can do this several times per game with your friends, so I highly recommend. Liberty Falls has a really cool song that you can play by finding 3 headphones. The first one is in the church, just press X on it. The next one is under this bench. And the last one is by the back door of the bowling alley. There are some cash registers around the map that you can shoot and cash will fly out. In this Godwin's attic, there is a deer head on the wall between these 2 paintings. You can shoot it and it will turn, and then a painting will fall off. Unfortunately for me, my graphics aren't showing it, but yeah, you can try that yourself. The next Easter egg is where you can dig up the graves in the cemetery. You need to get a chopper gunner, and then you're gonna go to this location where you're gonna pick up the shovel. So go into your chopper gunner and shoot this location. And then after, you should have a shovel that you can pick up. Next, you can go to the cemetery and dig up the graves. You'll get some salvage, some grenades, zombies, vermin, but occasionally you'll get some weapons that you can use. All right, so now I have a cemetery conspiracy. I feel like there's more to this Easter egg than we think there is. So on the gravestones, there are names and dates. So maybe there is somebody that we need to dig up and locate. Maybe we need to dig them up in order from least to greatest or greatest to least. Maybe it's only one that we need to dig up. So I do think that there's more to this than we originally thought, considering the loot is very bad when you go through all this work to dig up the graves. And you have this sign on the wall that says find the path. So maybe we have to find the path to somebody. Which leads me to my next idea. So around the map there are phrases written in blood. At spawn, it says Eddie is a liar, maybe Richtofen. On the groundskeeper's house, it says you must stop her. At the cemetery, it says find the path. Next to the cemetery, it says help me. In the ice cream store, there is a sign on the wall too that says you need to find me. Up on the roof of the bank, it says all is lost. On the semi, it says have faith in chaos. And then there is one more in the comic book store as well. All right, so around the map there are lots of security cameras that you can interact with by shooting them. So I found all of these security cameras and I shot them, and then they break and then they start sparking. So I'm going to show you all of the cameras that I've found around the map. I probably missed a few, so if you know of any more, please let me know in the comments, and maybe we can all work together to figure out what these security cameras mean. Because like they have to mean something. If you can break it or interact with it, it has some type of importance, you know? So in the bank, there is quite a bit, obviously, because it is a bank. And then outside of stores and then inside of stores, there are also security cameras. At the hotel, there's a lot. In the bowling alley, there are 2 cameras. At the pool, even, there's a camera. So yeah, I went around and I found all the ones that I could see and I shot them. Nothing happened, of course, but maybe it's a part of another Easter egg we have yet to discover. So another thing that has been driving me crazy are these red glowing windows. Again, my graphics, I guess, aren't rendering in the fire, but yours might be on fire, mine are not. So I've only found 2 windows, one above Frank's Hardware, and then another one in the alleyway by the Gobblegum machine. So I don't know, I feel like there's something with these windows. I also have read online that some people have found 3 windows. I have looked everywhere for this 3rd window. I cannot find it, so if you know about the 3rd window, please let me know. Someone also had an idea that all 3 players need to throw in a Simtex at the same time into the red windows. Yeah, that's also something I want to look at some more. So sometimes when you load into the map, you hear a girl crying in the chicken store. So I find that very interesting, and for some reason I feel like it's associated with these red windows that are on fire. If you listen to one of these Liberty Falls audio logs, it sort of talks about finding a little lost girl. So let's listen real quick.
That's it, Carl. We ready to roll out.
You go ahead. I'm doing one last sweep through town. See if there are any stragglers.
What stragglers? It's been hours since we've seen signs of life. Ain't nothing left except those freaks in their glowing eyes.
The devil's eyes got hellfire burning inside them. That's what Mama said.
Carl says the devil's eyes got hellfire burning inside of them. And maybe that's talking about the fire in the windows.
Carl, listen, I know you're a good man.
You found the little girl at Freedom Fried Chicken, didn't you?
And then he says, you found the little girl at Freedom Fried Chicken, didn't ya? So maybe that's the girl crying in it?
Yeah, but she's all there was. Face it, Liberty Falls is dead and buried.
No, it ain't. Not till I say it is.
Nothing out there gives a flying what you say.
Watch it.
Look, I'd get my tire iron and take them all on if I thought it'd make a difference. But brother, that ain't in the cards. You get on that bike, it's gonna be your last ride.
Then I'll rally old Bloodburner till the tires are bald and we're riding on rims. Whoever's left, I'm getting them out. Even if I gotta crash the gates of hell to do it. Mom always said I'd go down in flames.
And then he says, whoever's left, I'm getting them out. Even if he's got to crash the gates of hell to do it. So he's kind of insinuating maybe he needs to get somebody out of Liberty Falls. And then lastly, he says, Mama always said, I'll go down in flames. So again, they're like insinuating something about these red fire windows. And then if we look at the zombie intel, it says, Dear Mom, you're right. This town is perfect. Small, but with deep pockets, thanks to the defense contractor nearby. We go tonight. Sticky notes are placed. I got a fresh batch of dosed snickerdoodles. Your recipe, of course. Student debt can kiss my ass. Love you always, Sally. So I don't know if Sally's the little girl that we're looking for, but she is talking about the sticky notes, which could be talking about the bank vault. And then she says she's got a batch of snickerdoodles, so maybe she's talking about the ice cream store. In the ice cream store, there was a sign on the wall that says, you need to find me. But yeah, I'm thinking again that we have another mission where we have to find maybe a little girl that's lost in the chicken store maybe, or the other building with the fire window. Let me know in the comments below if you have any ideas. And then in this section of the map by PhD are these lights in the grass. So I think I counted 8 lights in this area. And then there's also some lights whenever you shoot where the shovel is. There's some lights in there too. I'm thinking maybe there's something to do with these lights that we just don't know about. Around the map, there are some payphones that we can shoot, and then the receiver falls off. On some of these payphones, it looks like the number 1 has a mark on it. So maybe that 1 is important. However, these 2 payphones in spawn are not interactable, like nothing happens when you shoot them. So I found that interesting. So maybe there's something to do with the payphones that we don't know about yet. So I don't know how many of you did the Advanced Warfare Easter egg on Burger Town, but you had to find 3 pieces of meat and like cook them. So around this map, I found some chunks of meat as well. I don't know, maybe it's just their artwork, maybe not. So that's another idea that I have. On top of the bank, there are 3 generators. The one in the middle can spark whenever you shoot it. And then there's 2 others around the corner that are red, but they do not spark when you shoot them. And maybe that's also something we need to look more into. But yeah, that's it for today's video. If you have any others that you have found and would like to share, please leave a comment below so we can investigate them together. See you in the next one.